Good.
Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and start this off by asking you a few questions. As far as road rage goes, how many of y'all have been either the victims of road rage or you had road rage? All right. So everybody understands how that feels. It's a common thing. Now, what about drunk driving? Have you ever been the victim of it? You know somebody who's been the victim of it, or you were the one who, hopefully not that one, but you were the one who hit somebody? Okay. So a few of you understand how that feels. And it's got to be something that's really hard, especially if it's something that affected you or your family members. You know, it hurts. It's a big process that you have to go through. There's a lot that you have to end up dealing with. So today we're going to go ahead and talk to you about Eddie Moreno, who is a student from Alamo Heights High School. He, go ahead and click the next slide. He was an innocent victim of a road rage car accident. He was shot and paralyzed, but we'll have somebody tell you about that later, and we'll have Ben talk to you about that. Then we're going to talk about some little fundraisers that we want to do to involve the community to help raise money for him because of his situation. He's really in need of a lot of money and assistance and help because of his family and everybody else's, what they're going through. And then we're going to do a basketball tournament is what we'll talk to you about, and then a raffle as well. So because it's part of the community, there's a lot of people that I know, that some of us know, that we could talk to, that were able to give us more information on Eddie Moreno. So we did get a lot of information actually from the community and from the people themselves, as well as on Facebook. They have a Facebook page for him and everything already, where you can donate money, you can do things to help him out as well. So they already have a lot set up for him as well. So what we're here today to talk to you about is, again, to explain everything and then to ask for your help as far as advertising goes and awareness to get his name out there. And then as far as volunteers go, because we are going to have those fundraisers and we are going to need help with volunteers and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ben. He's going to tell you a little bit about Eddie Moreno.
I'm actually here to talk to you guys about Eddie today, who's just a regular guy, 17 years old, Alamo Heights high school student, just like most others his age. He had hobbies, interests, girlfriend, family, all that normal kind of stuff. But he was also 5'7", but he loved basketball, as you can see. But because of his height, he was actually cut from the team when he was a sophomore. So, you know, instead of letting that get him down, he used that as kind of a drive, an inner drive to work a little bit harder and exemplify perseverance, determination. So he stayed on the team as a statistician, and he actually made it back onto the lineup his senior year, and they went on to achieve like a 30-win season. Pretty incredible stuff to think about. He was a great guy. Even his coach, Borges from Alamo Heights, called him the team spark plug, so they wouldn't have been able to do it without him. He even wanted to go to college locally, stay close to his family and his friends, his girlfriend. That's just the kind of guy he was. He was a homely kind of guy. But, you know, tragically, Eddie won't be able to do any of those things because one day him and his friends were at McDonald's off of Broadway, and the drunk driver was coming out. Just as they were leaving, he almost hit them. He was basically just being a real jerk. They exchanged some words. Next thing you know, shots were fired. And Eddie, who was actually sitting in the back seat and hadn't said anything at all, was the only one who got shot. And he got shot in the face, actually paralyzing him from the neck down, leaving him with the need of a respirator and the chair and feeding tube and all that for the rest of his life, basically. So pretty tragic stuff. It's kind of hard to even talk about. But today, what we want to do is, you know, show you guys some fundraisers and things that we have lined up for Eddie, because his family doesn't have that kind of money to make his house handicap accessible, a van, all kinds of things that go into that. So, like I said, we have some plans for that, some fundraisers that Natalie here is going to go ahead and introduce to y'all. So I'm going to turn it over to her now.
All right, thank you, Ben. Hi. Let you know that in order to raise the big fundraiser, we always started off with like little fundraiser, so we can we already chose the field to get people involved into the community. First of all, we decided to come up with the little fundraiser. The first called named Penny Drives. Like that we're gonna have some boxes like that. It means like we will come to the school district that Eddie went to, and we're gonna contact the principals, the school office, so we can be allowed in school to do the fundraiser. There are 4 schools, so we're gonna locate like each box in each classroom. So it means like, you know, the kids, they don't have that much money as much as they can. It can start off with penny, quarters, or anything like that. So, but it's gonna be estimated up to $800 for school, which is at least $200 each school. And the second fundraiser that we're gonna have after the penny fly plan are called water bottles. We would think it's a bigger fundraiser because we would put out around $100 to buy around 25 cases of water. We're gonna come to HEB, local HEB, to tell them what's gonna happen, the purpose of the fundraiser. So we need help from them for volunteering. So we're gonna go to the main streets. So we're gonna sell the bottled water, like $1 a bottle at the traffic lights on the street. So we're gonna estimate up to $800 for the water bottles fundraiser. The total for fundraiser, we're gonna have up to $1,600. But you know, basically, they are only the little fundraiser. We still need the main fundraisers. Right now, I'm gonna have Alec gonna talk to you about the main fundraiser that we're gonna have.
Hello, good afternoon. We're also, like we said earlier, we're having a basketball tournament in commemoration of Eddie Moreno, the sport he loved to play in high school. One thing this is going to benefit is, of course, Eddie Moreno, but as well as the community. It's going to allow the community to interact, intervene, and play the game that Eddie loved to play in high school. Also, it's going to be located at Alamo Heights Gymnasium off of Broadway. If you can't find direction, I'm pretty sure you can find it on MapQuest or Yahoo. Another thing is the pricing of a team. You could have up to how many players on one team? It's $50 for one team. But then again, only 5 could play on the court. So you may want to $5 for a spectator. If you just want to come out and just watch the game, it's going to be $5. Alamo Heights has been so kind to let us use a concession stand. So there will be drinks, food, hot dogs, anything you'll get out of a normal high school basketball, football, baseball game. We're also having a raffle drawing throughout the game. I'm going to have Ben and Natalie pass out local, businesses who have been so kind to donate gift cards and such. As you look through the list, we have Easy, HB, Gyms, Red Lobster. So you may want to consider and purchase your tickets in front of the gym as soon as you walk in. There is a special guest to conduct the game. This, by far, is what's going to attract people to come. It's NBA superstar Ray Allen. He'll be there for a couple of hours, so we may want to, come out and support. So we're looking at a total proceed of $3,400 for this final basketball tournament, which is great. So I'm going to let my friend Ashton close this out.
Alright, so that's basically what we want to do. Just really go ahead and come up with a way to help out Eddie Moreno. You can't break steel, baby, you can't break it. That's kind of one of the things that he said. He was in football, basketball, he did all those things. And he really was a very athletic kid, felt himself as a strong person. And one of the things he always used to say was, you can't break steel, baby, you can't break it. So now that he has gone through this accident, click it again. Now that he has gone through this accident, even though it is something that has changed his life and everybody's life around him forever, he's still strong, he's still pulling through, he's doing everything he can to make sure that things get better for him. And he's talking about he wants to be able to walk someday, he wants to be able to talk better, and already he's been able to verbalize his words better, and you can understand him a lot better. So, and then if you click it again. Oh, not that fast. All we did was talk about today Eddie Moreno, little fundraisers, and how y'all can help to volunteer or with advertising for the fundraisers. So, thank you for your time.